everybody, my name is No Particular and welcome back to another video. And today I'll be reviewing the Alpaka Sling Mini version 2. So let's get into it. So first things first, I know this is an airsoft content, and to be honest, I haven't really played airsoft that much. With me living in Europe, I've been exploring Europe a lot more. I've been taking little weekend trips in between work, and I've kind of spent a lot more of my time and money on figuring out different types of travel tech and travel gadgets and just overall how to make traveling more enjoyable and more efficient and more easier, I guess. I've did a lot of research over the course of a couple weeks and landed on this Alpaka Sling Mini version 2. I don't know much about the version 1, but this is what I've settled on. This is this is the X-Pack version. It also has the AxoFlex version. Both of them come with a black version and a green version. This one, the green version of the X-Pack, is a much more forest or olive drab green, and the AxoFlex version is a very much a closer ranger green, from at least what the pictures show. And this is pretty much it. The AxoFlex version has a light gray interior, but as you can see on the X-Pack version, it has this beautiful blood orange, I believe they call it. I just think it's orange interior. There are both this ripstop polymer or polyester interior, and they both provide a lot of solid contrast for viewing your tech inside if it is in a low light area like a club, museum, or whatever you might find yourself in. And I went with the nano version simply for the fact that I didn't want something too big, and I didn't want, like with the regular one where it is a 5.5 liter capacity, and I didn't really want the nano version, which is a 1.6 liter capacity. This is a 5 liter capacity. I know going from regular to mini is only half a liter, but from the dimensions, it actually seems like it makes a pretty big difference. This one holds a Nintendo Switch or iPad mini in its tech-specific compartment, which I will go over soon. And the outside is this very much X-Pack version. I hope you can see this with the camera. It has this nice X pattern on it, which is also made from the same material that sailboat sails are made out of. So it's very durable from what I can tell and from what I can feel. And I hope they would be high quality if they're coming from sailboat sails. And I think this bag is a perfect combination between rugged and durable and sleek and minimal. It is very much what I feel would be a solid techwear bag. With the 5 liter in capacity, it can fit quite a bit. My old bag, I think, was about 2 to 1.5 liter capacity, and it held everything okay. But after a while, or if I wanted to carry more than just a battery bank or my passport wallet, it got really lumpy and misshapen, and this bag doesn't. And that's kind of one of the reasons I went to it. It has the X-Pack on the front and the polyester ripstop on the inside, but on the back it has a 840D nylon interior, an 840D nylon panel on the back side. It says it's ballistic nylon. I just think that means it's a tighter weave. I don't really know what the 840D has to do with anything. I'm not a nylon guy. I don't really know. And the sling itself comes in this almost seatbelt style material. It feels a lot like a seatbelt, and it goes to about 110 centimeters in length, so a little over 3 feet, with a fidlock buckle. I've seen other buckles similar to this, but they're not called fidlock. But it's a solid buckle. It can't bend apart. It can't be twisted apart. You have to pull up on this little tab, and it'll open it up. So it's there. I don't use it. I just simply slide it on and off my body whenever I want to take it off. And that pretty much does it for the exteriors outside of this really big one. And I think this kind of would kill it for a lot of people that don't want to add things to their bags. And what I added to fix it isn't that much, and you can see it here, with just a couple loops of 100-mile-an-hour duct tape. And the reason why I did this is with this material specifically, it is a very slick material. It is easily slidable. And when I was walking around my town and around, I believe I also took this to Poland, it would slip and loosen on me. So I just bought a roll of 100-mile-an-hour tape from a local hardware store in Poland and just did a couple loops around this. And since then, it has stopped slipping and sliding. That's really my only major con for this bag. Is it annoying? Sure. Is it a deal breaker? No, because if you wanted to, you can rather take 100-mile-an-hour tape or a little bit of E-tape and just kind of fix it yourself. And it just has these two elastic keepers, and I just kind of slide one over the tape. And that's pretty much covering the outside. Again, it is a very simple bag. It is sleek and it is very minimal. It doesn't have a whole lot of exterior features. And that's one of the reasons I like it so much, is that it's a very no-nonsense bag. It doesn't have a whole lot of gimmicks, doesn't have a whole lot of tricks up its sleeve. It's just a very standard bag. And it has 3 compartments, and the first one is this front compartment. It is mainly there for me to hold objects that I kind of want to get in and out relatively quickly and not have to dig a whole lot around for. And one of the things is this little key fob for their keys. I don't carry many keys. I just have my car's key fob, and I leave my house keys in my car. So this isn't really necessary for me, but this does also attach their other hub systems of Alpaka. This is my only Alpaka product, so I don't need or really want at the moment that whole hub ecosystem they got going on. But if you wanted to, or if you already have Alpaka products, this will go right with it. And in this front compartment, it has these 2 little sub compartments in them. And this one can hold, and they can both hold Zin pouches really well, or they can hold, I have a pair of sunglasses that I always put in there whenever I go inside, and they hold it really well. And there's not really a dedicated place to hold sunglasses, but that's kind of what I use it for. This will hold field notes notebooks, again, Zin pouches. If you have a flashlight, it'll fit in there just fine, though I would recommend holding it down sideways. And for bigger, bulkier items like a flashlight or an umbrella, which this will hold a small one, I would recommend the main compartment. But it's a very no-nonsense pocket, and you're going to hear that a lot. And you have heard that a lot. It is a very basic style bag, and that's not in a bad way. And on the back, because I want to save the main compartment for last, I think it's the coolest thing about this, it has a security compartment where a lot of people use these security compartments for passports or cash. I don't use any of that. The cash I have gets stored in my wallet, and the passport is in a passport wallet. And whenever I am traveling, I will always have my bag, my main bag on me whenever I'm traveling. And when I don't, it's with my bag in a secured location, whether it be in the hotel room or the hostel or some luggage storage facility somewhere in wherever I'm holding it. So I don't really carry my passport on me while traveling. Now, going into the main compartment, it has 3 subcompartments in it. It has 2 of the same pockets that we saw in the front compartment, but they're a little bit wider, and these things will hold a handkerchief. They will hold, if you wanted to, a flashlight in them. I normally use this for my keys, or if I'm wearing pants that don't have the best pockets, I'll put my wallet in here because they hold it very well. And they're just big pockets. They are, a decent size. And then kind of the main star of the show is this tech pocket in the back. And the reason why I call it the tech pocket with air quotes is because this is where you would put that iPad mini or Nintendo Switch in this, because one of the walls is lined with a microfiber style material. And this is pretty much where I carry my notebook or my little battery bank that I have with me. And it kind of just sits in there, and they just kind of disappear. With the 5-liter capacity, you can hold a lot of stuff relatively easily. And I say relatively easily because the moment you start adding stuff like an umbrella, you kind of run into the main issue with a lot of smaller bags that I found. It gets misshapen. But with this bag, if you can just stuff this umbrella to the bottom, it doesn't really bulk out that much. With the max capacity for width-wise is about 3¼ inches, and the height being about 7.5, and the length being about 12.5 inches, or my bad, 11.5 inches. It's still a very minimal bag. But with an umbrella in it, it can get a little bit heavy. And with this being a sling bag, weight's kind of the main thing. You don't really want a whole lot of weight on one specific shoulder. But it can carry an umbrella, and you kind of forget that it's there until it starts to rain. Then you're very happy that you have it. I normally keep my EDC very minimal. I don't carry a whole lot on me. And especially now that I'm in Europe, and I have been in Europe for some time, I can't conceal carry over here. So there's no real need for me to carry medical supplies. But I have been able to test fit a cat tourniquet, quick clot, chest seals, compressed gauze, everything that you would carry on you for a GSW can fit in here, and they can fit pretty well. But if you are looking for a bag to off-body conceal carry, which I'm not a fan of, so I wouldn't do that, this will not be a good fit for you. simply for the fact there's no real dedicated place to put a firearm if that is your thing and that's what you're looking for. So that's pretty much it. Again, it's a very minimal bag. There's not a whole lot to it. I like this bag a lot more because I like for the fact that it is taller than a lot of other really popular sling bags. I believe Belroy is kind of the main meta, I guess, right now. But I don't like how, yes, it's super wide and it's not super tall, but it sticks out of your body a whole lot. And I'm not really a big fan of that. I would much rather have something that's longer and taller as opposed to being wider. So it is still very, even with a lot packed into it, it is still very close to my body. And with the strap being attached very securely to two different points, it does also act technically as compression straps. It's not actual compression straps that you would find on a regular backpack, but I guess it's the thought that counts. So that's about it. It is a very standard bag. There's not really a whole lot to say about it, but I still do think that just featuring this bag in general is a solid contender for anyone's EDC. I've gotten a lot more into EDC stuff in general recently, and it's kind of been my sort of favorite thing to spend my money on and to look at mountains and mountains of reviews on YouTube. So yeah, this is the Alpaka Ghost Sling Mini. I am actually planning to incorporate this into an airsoft loaded I'm making right now, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, my name is no particular. Thanks for watching.